Hi, I'm Diana Sullivan. I'm posting some sample lessons from my beginning machine knitting course. Check out this lesson and then consider getting all 35 lessons either on 2 DVDs or on a USB flash drive. Doing these lessons can really jumpstart your skills and your confidence. Click on the link for this course as well as all my patterns and products. The Picot hem. For this hem I have already knitted about 1.5 inches of waste yarn. Now I'm going to get a piece of ravel cord and I'm going to knit across with the ravel cord and make a separator row. So I simply feed the ravel cord into the machine and just hand feed it and go across slowly. It will knit it in. You don't have to trouble yourself with the upper tension unit when you're using ravel cord. I do like putting clothespins on the loose ends of the ravel cord. Now for a Picot hem that's 6 rows deep, again I'm going to have to knit 12 rows. I'm going to knit 6 rows, make eyelets which will form the picots, and then I'm going to knit 6 more rows. So I'm going to go ahead and thread the carriage and knit 6 rows. Now to do the picots, use a single transfer tool and you are going to transfer every other needle. You will move the stitch from the second needle over to the first and from the fourth to the third so that every other stitch is transferred to its neighbor needle. After the transfers are done, I need the empty needles that are in between to be in B position. So whether you're in the habit of poking them all the way back or not, before you can knit again, you have to make sure that they're in B position. Once I have every second stitch transferred to its neighboring needle, I will just take the needle pusher and even up all the needles and make sure every needle is in B position. Then I need to do 6 more rows before I can pick up the hem. Can you see the large holes that were created every place that I did an eyelet transfer? An eyelet is a kind of knitted lace, and in this situation it's a really pretty hem. The eyelet is going to make a little point, a little scallop kind of effect. Now to pick up the hem, I'm removing the clothespins, I'm removing the claw weight, I'm removing the comb. Now all my hardware is off the knitting, and what I'm going to do is pick up the U-shaped loop and put it on the needle, and then go to the next, put it on the next needle. I'm going to fill in every needle with one of these U-shaped stitches just above the ravel cord all the way across the knitting. When I get to the far right side, however, I will be short 1 stitch. There is always 1 less stitch at the bottom of a piece of knitting than there is at the top. The Picot hem is a very, very useful technique. You'll find lots of places where you'll want to use it. For instance, it makes a very pretty neckband. It makes a pretty hem. It can be used as a decorative trim on your knitted garments. Here I am almost at the right side of the knitting, and I'm going to come up one stitch short, which is exactly how it should be. At this point, I'm going to hang the comb just to keep things down. I'm going to hang a weight, again just to hold things down. I'm going to bring the needles out to hold position. All the needles have 2 stitches on them except for the far right needle, which only has 1. It's normal to come up 1 loop short. And then I'm going to knit a row and close the hem. Then I'm going to knit some additional rows to make my sample bigger. Now let's get this sample off the machine so that you can see how it turned out. I'm just going to knit onto air, make it come off. I'm going to remove all the hardware. I'll grasp one end of the ravel cord and remove the ravel cord, and the waist yarn will just fall off. Now I've gotten a knitting needle so that I can put it in the hem and pull it down. For wider hems, a long knitting needle is great. I'm just tugging the hem down, removing the knitting needle, and I'll flip it over to the right side, and you can see what an attractive scalloped hem that the eyelet hem makes. If you like the sample lesson, consider getting the whole course, which is available at www.dianaknits.com. And did you know I have hundreds of machine knitting videos on YouTube? Check out my channel, Diana Knits, and subscribe. I also have a blog and a Facebook group. These are all free resources to help you on your machine knitting journey.